Okay.
Are we actually doing this?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, I'm
think so.
so excited. This is my city, you know? Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Action.
Welcome to Napoli. Today I'm gonna take you on a walk. A nice walk. We're gonna have my camera with me. Marissa is filming. I'll show you a secret walk all the way from the hill of Vomero and Arenella to downtown Napoli. Let's go. This is the neighborhood of Arenella. It's basically on top of a hill because Napoli is kind of like a city built on a series of hills. One of the most famous is the Vomero Hill. And this is where I'm from. I actually grew up here. Obviously from the hill of Vomero, Arenella, you can walk all the way downtown. A lot of people take public transportation or they drive because it's really far. But I like to walk and there's a ton of different walks. This is one of my favorite. What I like of walking in Napoli is that every now and then you're on a random road and then just things appear. Just, you know, like, look at this. Just all of a sudden, like that. Napoli is a wild city, maybe the wildest in all of Italy. And I don't say that, Italians say that in general. You'll see on this walk today, but just in general, the cars, all the people walking all over, an organized kind of chaos in this city. And there's so much art, so much beauty all over. These are some of the steps that you can find all over Napoli. There's hundreds of different ones, different lengths, and some of them are very short, like this one, 30 seconds. Some others are really long and it can take up to 15 minutes to walk them all. They always go downtown. They always go from the hill to downtown. Here you can see the last part of the residential neighborhood, Vomero, Arenella, where apartments, buildings are like these. They're pretty big, the apartments are wide inside, they're recent too. And now we're walking towards a part of town that in Italian we call more popolare, where the core, the heart of the city of Napoli lives. I took a picture of the sign of the Bar Coloniale, like a vintage looking sign. Sometimes it's really cool to see the contrast between new buildings and then these very old, vintagey looking signs, bar, coloniali, words that sometimes don't even mean anything anymore. Nobody would say, I go to the coloniali nowadays. But you know, old school people, they know what it is. This is a subway stop. This is one of the many subway stops. What's cool about Napoli, and Neapolitans are really proud of this, there are very artistic subway stops. The outside can be really beautiful and it's decorated in all different kind of ways. You can see here, look at this is the actual stop, and then all over they actually decorated the buildings in the area of the stop. Usually in Italy you don't even think about the amount of history that's around you. Like, for example, is this historical? I don't know. You know, you just see these old structures and you just assume it's from a very old, ancient time. And sometimes it's very ancient. So it's cool to live around this much art and history.
Did you walk a lot as a kid?
Yeah. If you grew up without a car, that's your destiny. You just walk. Yeah, I took a lot of public transportation, walked a lot. And then in general, I've always loved walking. So even growing up by myself, you know, going to school, going to college. This was actually my walk to college. It's like a 40-minute walk. Beautiful, beautiful. You get to see the whole city. Go from all the way up on the hill through the heart of the town. It's beautiful. Scenery is changing. There's no more new buildings from like 50, 60 years ago. You're starting to see like a little older buildings now. Even the material is going to change. We will see now a historical Neapolitan material. Wow, look at this. Look at this church. Here's what I was talking about, the material changing. This is tufo. It's basically this material that Neapolitans found in caves. Basically, it's a really good material to use to build houses that are resistant. At least they were, you know, when they built them. And they're still here, you know, over the years. These have been the main houses, the main material used for Neapolitan houses for a ton of years. And then now when you start seeing these, you know you're getting to downtown. And we're also gonna start seeing a ton of these street level apartments that we call bassi, low. That's literally how it translates, as they're low because they're street level. Okay, so we're gonna see a lot of those all over, usually like tall buildings, narrow streets, and these bassi all over facing the street. Sometimes these shrines are really like high, you know. Look at these, you cannot reach it, you need a ladder, I think. Do you guys have the post office doing deliveries on a scooter in the United States or in other parts of the world? We do. We have the post office scooter.
So as we get lower and lower into Napoli, and I say lower because we're descending.
Yeah.
What are some differences between the neighborhood higher up on the hill and then closer down towards the center?
I think space. Space is the major difference. On the hill, buildings are not only taller, but they usually have more space between them. So you even have more sun. Here, buildings are cramped together, they're very narrow, and so there's not a lot of light, natural light. It does make a more, I would say, cinematic experience to be here because you can decorate these buildings. Think about this. These are the decorations for the Scudetto, the championship that Napoli won last year. People still have them up. We're gonna celebrate for a year or two. It was a historical moment, but how cool they look here. Uphill, they don't have them. You know, you can do it. You can put these kind of decorations from one building to the other.
Probably another difference between life here and life higher up on the hill is that people live a little closer together here. Life occurs a little bit more out in the streets.
Because of space, sometimes you gotta be outside because you don't even have space inside. There's no space out here, but there's also not space inside. On a day in the summer, for example, people hang out outside much more. They all know each other usually, the whole neighborhood knows each other. And even the noise. If you think about it, the noise here, the moment you speak a little louder, the whole street can hear you. If there's any kind of drama, people know. You know, they know that she had a fight with him or an argument or this kid didn't want to go to school this day. There's no privacy the way, you know, maybe you guys mean it. But in general, the level of privacy is very different. This in the back is the Vomero hill. This is kind of like the last view you can get of Vomero. But let's go down here. Let's go this way because I want to show you a spot that I really like. We're walking through Tufo. And here we are. This is the spot. To me, it's not truly valued the way it should be. Because it's a parking lot, but it's so beautiful because it's a yard. It's a really big yard, and the buildings are nothing special, but they're so Neapolitan. There's everything. There's the bassi, there's the higher up buildings. There's a beautiful, beautiful building up here that could be the building of some kind of lord that lived in Napoli. It's a parking lot, but I really like it. Here, I just noticed now actually, there is an insane contrast. You can literally see the Tufo buildings, the cheapest material that you could have used back in the days to build. Then you've got this neoclassical, very elegant style. Right next to it, they're literally attached. And then in the back, you got this building, very, very recent building that was built in the 50s, 60s, when in Italy people were just building apartment buildings all over. And it's crazy that they're all together, boom, in one shot. You can see all the architecture styles of Napoli. all together in one. Oh, and by the way, look at what they put up for the Scudetto. That sign over there, even to students of Italian, is going to be very difficult to translate because it's in Neapolitan and it's basically saying in memory of those who are not with us anymore. I know that you guys are celebrating on the other side. Napoli won the Scudetto. We're thinking about you guys. You're definitely celebrating. Also, look at this. We pretty much made it. This is the city center. This is the Monte Santo area. And we got to the funicolare stop. The funicolare is a quintessential Neapolitan transportation method. It's this train that goes uphill. We've got a ton of them all over the city. They are used to connect the city center to the hillside of town. And up there you can see the castle, Castel Sant'Elmo, the castle of Vomero, from where you can see the whole town. That's another walk that we're gonna do, actually, walking from Castel Sant'Elmo to downtown. It's also a beautiful walk.
So what can you do in this neighborhood?
Here there's usually a street market every day. It's very crowded. You can find whatever you need. You can find food, so like fruit, vegetables, meat, seafood, but also clothing, a lot of stuff for the house. And I'm gonna say, if you're into street photography, which, you know, all photographers tend to be a little bit, this is the place to come. Because here's the place where the city is alive, where you see people, where you see things happening.
What is this place?
I was actually looking at the recommendation. Every day, places like this, the tabacchi, they will recommend you the numbers that you should bet on in the national game of Lotto. Every day there's a different combination that they recommend to play. It's based on a series of different superstitions. We gotta make a video about it.
I think some people would like to know first, what is a tabacchi?
Oh, tabacchi. Tabacchi is where you can get a ton of different things. You can get cigarettes, because that's the main product, but you can also get candies, snacks. But in recent years, you're able to pay bills there, you're able to play the lottery, a ton of different things.
So do you think that a lot of the people that are here are locals?
Oh yeah, for sure. It has changed a lot, so there's a ton of like tourists coming here. Right now, at probably the time of the day, the morning, it's mostly locals. But like on the weekend, this area here, you cannot even walk around for how many tourists there are. It's crazy. So Marisa, you're an expert of Italian culture at this point. What's going on here?
This is the fruttivendolo, the fruit stand, the guys that sell the fruit and vegetables. I have to say, as a person that's not Neapolitan and whose first language is not Italian, this is the most feared place for me, because here you have to be quick. You're in competition with all the locals, all the mamme, all the nonne, who want their fruit and vegetables now, and they want the best ones, and they have their money ready, and they know exactly what they want. And so if you're like me, a little slow to understand what's going on, it can be a tough spot, but it's really fun. They're always really nice.
This is a street food that I've never been able to make you try, because you refuse to try the tripe. There's maybe one video one day.
No. Tripe is a hard no for me.
There's all these Italian dishes, more or less, and then there's the Neapolitan, even written in Neapolitan, operio mus, the paw of the pig, and the snout, it's called, right? On one plate with lemon. That's pretty much it. This is the heart of the city. This is beautiful. You know, this is Napoli. Everything else you see up on the hill and stuff like that, it's a residential kind of life, but this is the city. This is Piazza Dante. as you can see from the statue behind me. The tour ends here. This walk could literally end anywhere in the city of Napoli. It's one of the many downhill walks that you can do from Vomero, Arenella. We'll do many more. Let us know if you would like to see more of this. That's it for now. I had a lot of fun doing this, a lot of good pictures. I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one. Ciao.